All right, I've got Emirates Lions attack and backline coach Ricardo Loubscher and eighth man Francke. We've got about 10 minutes, guys, so I'm recording the session. I don't see any hands, so whoever's ready, we can shoot.
Ricardo, I'll start if nobody else wants to start. Obviously, if you look back at last year, this time, would you have expected that you'd be sitting here this season with a possibility of coming home with 3 from 3?
Yeah, no, obviously it's a great start for us. We are really happy with the momentum. Two out of two so far. Yeah, and I think there's a nice buzz in the camp. Players are really, there's alignment in terms of how we want to play the game. Yeah, I think in comparison to last season, so we're really happy with our start.
Yeah. What would you say is a big turnaround? I know we've spoken about the alignment in terms, but I mean, there's also a belief. Maybe Francke can talk about this, but there seems to be a really good belief in exactly what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think he's the right guy to answer that question.
Hello, Jan. Yeah, I think that, like Coach said, that 2 out of 2 obviously creates a big buzz in the camp. But he also said there's a lot of alignment, I think, between senior members and coaching staff. So I think we have a plan. We're sticking to the plan, and because the result is coming our way, there's no need to diverge from that plan. So yeah.
And Edinburgh, if you look towards them, I mean, it doesn't look like the challenge is getting any easier.
Yeah, Edinburgh is a quality side. I mean, they have a lot of international players. They did coming back now from South Africa, maybe travel fatigue, but they're back at home. They're a very tough team to beat at home. So it's going to be a big game for us, and trying to end it 2 on high.
In what aspect do you think they'll challenge you most?
Yeah, I think maybe to answer that question, they're well-balanced side, as Francke pointed out. The kicking battle will definitely be a point of difference again. We said it the last 2 weeks, and I think this game will definitely be the same. Yeah, and then obviously they bring a lot of line speed. So for us, from an attack point of view, is how we're going to deal with their line speed conditions. According to the weather, it might rain on Friday, so we have to plan for that.
Thank you, Jan. Morgan?
Thanks. Hi, Coach. It's Morgan from the Star. I'm all right, thanks. I've got just a couple of questions. The first one is regarding the attack that you've put in place in the back line. It was pretty, I mean, you guys were playing under very difficult conditions on Friday night, and you're expecting the same conditions again. How do you go about then improving the attack when you are playing in such, I wouldn't say horrendous, but very difficult conditions? And then secondly, regarding Jordan and his role, it seems like Lombard is now the preferred option at number 10. What is Jordan's future within the team?
Yeah, I think maybe to answer your first question is we knew it's going to be tough because we had a look at the weather predictions, and it was basically a game where you almost want to say we knew we had to play without the ball. We had to, and it's an old cliche in terms of playing the right areas, but yeah, the plan was to put them under pressure without the ball. Yeah, in second half, we got a lot of opportunities in their half through our kicking game, and obviously on the back of our defense. So yeah, we're happy with the way we're going with our attack. And obviously, if the weather's good, we're definitely going to have a go. And secondly, your question on Jordan, yeah, Jordan still has a role to play. We just feel with the selection now, Gianni at 10, it gives us a lot of momentum, a lot of experience around how we want to play the game. And yeah, he's driving the team, whether it's attack or defensively. So we're really happy with the momentum at the moment.
Thanks, Morgs. Ross?
How's it, guys? Francke, obviously the last 2 games, the forward pack has really put in a big shift, against Ospreys and Cardiff now. Are you guys pretty happy with the way that you guys are going at the moment and the form that you're currently in? And secondly, in terms of the loose trio, I know that you're a bit more experienced in the squad than Emmanuel and Sibusiso, but how are you settling in with them as a loose trio, and how have you found it so far this season?
Hi guys. Yeah, I think the forwards came together after the Bulls game, and we felt we lacked a bit in the forward department. So coming on to and knowing the conditions, like Coach Ricardo said, I think we knew we had to make a big step up. So obviously there's a lot of confidence within the pack. I think the weather for Friday may be the same, so we can actually stick to the same plan. Maybe just change a little bit. But yeah, a lot of confidence in the pack. And then regarding the loose forward situation, me and Cebu has been coming along from, I think, 2019 at S120s, so we know each other quite well. And then last year I played a lot with Manu, so I think there's a good understanding between the three of us. Obviously, like you said, not a lot of experience, but that gives us something new to bring to the team.
Thanks, Ross. Spook?
How's it, Yanni? So thanks very much. My questions for Coach Ricky. I got two actually. I'll start with one on Sanele Noamba. You know, as mentioned earlier, he's dovetailed quite well with Gianni Lombard, but I just want to know in terms of his mental space, his confidence, how have you guys managed to turn him around from what looked like a pretty low confidence period at the Sharks, wasn't playing, dropped out of Springbok contention? And do you see him competing now for a place back in the box squad? I know he's not a test cap player, but do you see him competing back in that fold?
Yeah, I think the big thing with Sanele is just to get game time. I had a good chat with him this morning. He's really in a good space. He understands the game in terms of game management. Yeah, the way our 9s and 10s they're going at the moment, so we're really happy with them. And yeah, I think maybe in terms of Springbok selection, I don't think that will be his focus. The big thing for him now is just to focus on playing well, putting in good performances week in and week out.
And my second question is just about the overall start of South African teams in the URC. Last year, after you guys beat Zebra, it took quite a few weeks for South African teams to get wins. It was overseas, it was COVID bubbles and stuff like that, and it was a first competition. How do you think things have changed this time around to not having lost to European teams yet after 3 rounds, which is a dramatic change from last year?
The main point of difference is probably the way the refs interpret the game. And secondly is the conditions. I think we got a better understanding how to deal with the weather on this side. You have to have a wet plan and a dry plan per se. And I think on the day it's all about just the ability to adapt to whether it's raining or not. But I think from a playing point of view, the players understand how to deal with different game plans, because you get challenged every week in a different way when you play these teams.
Thanks, Spook. Morgan, is your hand up?
Yes, thanks. Just want to thank you. Just a general injury update and how Edwald is doing. Will he be available for this weekend?
Yeah, I think I was unlucky to lose him in the game versus Cardiff, but at the moment, just the doc will look after him in terms of medical assessments, and then we'll make a call. If he's not good to go, then we might have to look at someone else.
Any other injury concerns?
No. Nothing from our side.
Thanks.
Happy days. Thanks so much, Morgan. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.